Hey everybody, welcome back to the Budget Bladesman. The blade we're going to be looking at today is the Gerber Airfoil. Let's pop it open and get some specs in. Alright, so we are looking at overall length. Let's zoom back out. We are looking at an overall length of 6.62 inches, a blade length of 2.75 inches. We're looking at a blade thickness of 0.11. This is a drop point blade. It's hollow ground, and the blade, you can see right there, you can see where the grind line is right in here. And we're looking at 7CR 17 MOV steel. Now it has an aluminum handle, and the total weight is coming in at 2.287 ounces. It's a thumb stud. It's tip down, and right hand carry. It does have a semi deep right pocket clip. You can see right there. See the pocket clip. You see the Gerber logo right there. And it is a liner lock, as you can kind of see right there. And it's a kind of a nested liner lock. Close that right here. And it is made in China. Okay, so let's pop it open and pull out our comparison knives. So the first one we're going to be looking at, of course, is the K-bar dozer. So we'll pull that right in here. You can see it is a little bit smaller than the dozer. The dozer is not a very big knife at all. So let's see, we put handle to handle. Let's move these up just a little bit. See our handle there, and then we do it blade to blade. Do it actually, if you go sharp with blade length, it's a little bit closer, but if you overall blade length, it is a little bit shorter. You can see it is a little bit narrower as well as far as the blade width. So let's slide all these down and pull out our other blade. So of course is the Gerber flat iron, and you can see this is just same company but much smaller knife. We go end to end here. You can see it's much smaller. If we go blade to blade and even sharpen blade length, you can see it's quite a bit shorter. And of course it is, the flat iron here is pretty thick, and you can see that's thinner in comparison. So, okay, let's put these guys away. Alright, let's close this up and we'll pull out our shorts so we can get those in there and see how it looks in there. Alright. So we have our shorts, and like I said, unfortunately this is right hand carry and it is tip down carry. I know a lot of people don't like tip down. I'm actually one of those, but give it a shot for this knife. You can see though it does ride fairly deep in the pocket there. You have just a tiny bit hanging out, but that color, since it's kind of a different color, it's kind of a, I don't know, aqua blue color. You may not even know that that's a knife just because of the different color. And like I said, it is a fairly small knife, so you can get your hand in there and there's plenty of room in there. So we flip this inside out, pull the pocket out here, take a look at the pocket. And you can see our knife is right there, so you got your whole hand in there, no problem. So you can pretty much put whatever you want in there and it's not going to impede anything. Let's pull this back out. So like I said, this is kind of a different color and just pop right out. It isn't the greatest steel. I mean, 7CR 17 isn't the best steel, but for what I would suggest its use, it's not bad. Now would this be like an everyday carry sort of knife? I probably wouldn't lean that way. This is what I would say would excel in office carry, and I think you can get away with it in office carry because it's not it's not a 3-inch knife. It's a little bit smaller than that, so it's not going to be a huge knife. Just kind of the overall aesthetics of it. It's not. Somebody pulls out something like this, it's not real scary looking, if you're going to carry this in an office. Just the stylings of it. I think it's supposed to mimic, if you're familiar with those old Airstream trailers, Gerber's kind of gone to some of the 50s stylings with some of their knives. If you see like this, or there's another one out there called the Jukebox, or even the Wingtip, some of their styling is mimicking that 50s, just kind of that 50s style. And I think this kind of falls in line. It's a solid little knife, don't get me wrong, you do have a good finger choil right there. You kind of grip it right there. And well, it's not, I guess, a finger choil, but it is a little bit of a cutout, so you can grip it pretty good. There's a little bit of jimping right here, and so you really can't choke up on it unless you have smaller fingers. I mean, I guess you could a little bit because the blade isn't, if we pull the blade up, you can see it is sharpened, not all the way back. So if you get your finger up there, it's not going to, get you. So you could choke up on it a little bit, but I normally use it in this standard grip, and you can see I get the 3 fingers on there, kind of get that 4th finger on there almost. So it's not a huge knife. And like I said, what I really think this excels at is, it's a office knife. You could drop this in your pocket and carry in the office. I think you'd be fine. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a lawyer. But I think, you'd be okay with that. It's a good little knife. It's something that, though, you will probably have to sharpen just because it's a little bit of a softer steel, so it's not going to hold the edge a lot, or not very often. You're going to have to sharpen it quite a bit, I think. But, it's a decent little knife. It is made in China, if I did forget that. And it starts out around $16, so it's not a super expensive knife, so it would be maybe a nice gift knife, somebody who's starting off with a knife collection. It wouldn't be a bad little present to give somebody. I know, like I said, it is tipped down, but it's not a bad overall knife. I really do like the stylings of it. Like I said, it's pretty streamlined, pretty thin. It's not going to take up a lot of room in the pocket, and it's pretty simply made. You just have your standoff right there, and then you have, of course, your pivot right there, and I think that's about all that's really holding it together. So it's a very simple knife, other than the liner locks, and very slim, very light. So I think you'd, this wouldn't be a bad little knife to add to the collection if, if it's something, you're going to give to yourself and carry in the office, or give to a friend who's maybe starting out their collection. All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking this out, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.